What's going on, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm former Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
Friday Night Titans.
Yes.
A really spicy one. That too. Like,
oh yeah.
Wow.
Lots of smack talk, lots of trash talk.
Lots of words exchanged.
A lot of words. Some got beeped. Haven't seen that in a while, but kind of like it, kind of miss it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand. Mm-hmm. But yeah, also, I believe that we are out of the COVID era.
Shut up, stupid!
Wrong one. Nope. There it is.
For now, I know that it doesn't mean that it's never going to happen again. I mean, I'd like for it not to, but at least for now, I think we're all better. Mm-hmm. Negative tests all around.
Yes.
Raise a drink to that.
Yep.
But yeah,
What?
Not a fun week.
Yeah, no, that was terrible.
Not fun. I mean,
did not like COVID.
No,
Still don't.
You got hit harder than I did.
Really hard. Yeah, like because of lingering effects of that happened because of COVID.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember if we said last time, but like Andrew, we both had we were on different timelines. Like you were a little bit behind me. And like Andrew, we both had one bad night. Yeah. Where it was super hot and
sweaty,
probably had a
headaches.
Fever that broke or whatever. Just didn't realize it because we weren't testing our temperatures while we're sleeping. But I can only imagine we both had fevers that broke. So it wasn't we both had a not great night. Yeah. But your night ended with you waking up with a migraine, which migraine-induced vertigo followed that. So that was a real treat.
That was fun.
For everybody. So,
I love crawling to the bathroom so I don't, go in the bed and bust my head by falling over. That's awesome.
Oh, is that you?
That's me. People are liking my TikToks.
You're very popular. I'm happy for you. But yeah, I'm glad that
I had a fun idea earlier today. Like you always do sometimes. You show me a picture of a certain male celebrity.
Yeah.
And my reaction's the same every single time.
Always. It's a visceral reaction. I show him a picture of this one specific male celebrity that we've definitely mentioned that you have the hots for.
Yeah.
And every time I show him a picture, it's oh. So it would be fun to just show you random pictures of him.
And I was like, that should be your TikTok page. Just how my husband reacts to Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we both react the same way. Yeah. So, at least we share common interests.
Yeah.
But
it's not fair.
It really isn't.
It's not fair.
Come on, man. Save some for the rest of the dudes
say
out there.
how I'm not competing with him, but how am I gonna compete with him?
You just don't. Nobody does, I don't think. I mean, come on. Come on. Always try to the fun conversation we've always had with our friends is your dude crush, because you identify as a straight male, that your dude crush still is Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
And our friends have been well, who's your lady crush? Since
the equivalent.
I identify as a straight lady. Oh man, my lady crush. Oh, Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. Yeah.
Doja Cat. That woman is a treat. She is a tasty little dish. And wow.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month, yes.
As absolutely. We talk about our same-sex crushes.
I meant to say that last week since it was more so the beginning of June. But I got sidetracked and also COVID brain. But now we're here and we're happy to talk about it, and happy Pride, everybody out there who may be celebrating. Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, Doja Cat, love her. Absolutely. Yeah. She's mine. She's my lady hall pass. Absolutely. Oh man. And her music's fun. I love her music. But yeah. Absolutely. Wow. What an odd turn. So quick off the bat. Yeah. COVID to crushes to
Yeah.
But I am glad that the COVID's at this point in time it's we're
over it.
We got over it. And we're back to living whatever normal is, and
as normal as it can be.
We don't wear masks in the house anymore. Yeah. That's nice. My hands aren't cracking from washing my hands every 5 seconds.
Still gotta clear my throat every once in a while.
Same. But that's just that kind of crap lingers.
Yeah.
And I still have that like obnoxious like
cough.
Like you just kind of get that invisible like scratch in the back of your throat.
Yes, you just can't get rid of it.
Exactly. It's so annoying. But it's better than, being actually sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's cool. And it's already like almost mid-June now. So I don't know, wild. It's so weird because like last week felt like it lasted for about two whole weeks. Yeah. Like
the last couple weeks went by.
No concept of time right now.
Celebration screwed my head up for like days. Like, wait a minute, we're out there Wednesday, but no, Thursday. Wait, no, it's already still just day one. I feel like I've been here for like 5 days. But then we come home and it's like, hey, idiot.
Hey, guess what, dummy?
COVID.
You think you wouldn't catch COVID from that trip?
Yeah.
We got other plans. Mm-hmm. So, we're probably going to be taking another trip in the next month or so.
Yeah.
I plan to wear a hazmat suit on the airplane. So, probably going to double mask.
Sir, I don't think you can wear that on a plane.
I don't care.
I don't care. I'm not catching COVID again.
You want to take care of me when I have COVID?
Yeah.
I don't want that again.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be having any like in-flight snacks or anything. I'll bring my own. I'll buy my own snacks. Thank you very much.
I love in-flight snacks and drinks. It's like the best part of going on a plane.
I know.
But I did think about it, and it's like, I don't know how much
touching
people wash the hands.
Yeah.
You're handing me a pack of little muncharoos, and where did you have your fingers before that? Not that I'm saying that they're like, I mean, I'm sure that staff are
they're very
hygienic and whatever, but you never know. They're touching other things from other people.
You don't know how many times they've been in the air that day. I don't know how flight attendants.
I mean, I'm sure they take all the precautions necessary. However,
but stuff
happens.
Yeah, they can get like complacent. It's like here.
Well, and it wouldn't be their fault if it happened. I'm just let's make that clear. But like, I don't know. I mean, modes of transmission are wild, and you can. I mean, they could wash their hands and then just kind of touch a handrail, armrest without even knowing.
Yeah,
and then they hand me a cup, and they got their fingers around the mouth of it where I'm about to put my mouth.
Yeah,
and they're handing me my little munchies that I love so very, very much. But then I'm gonna go and eat those with my bare hands, and who knows what I've been who knows what I've been touching. But like, I don't know. I feel like it's just there's a lot of opportunity for infection on a plane, considering it's just a big tube. I know that there's like ventilation systems and all that precautions or whatever, but
we'll be extra careful when we go on this next trip.
I'm sure I mentioned this. I probably mentioned this back in 2020 when Corona was like first on the scene, Yeah. But if you've never worked in the
infection control,
if you've never worked in the healthcare field as like a direct or indirect patient care provider, I myself for several years worked in what was considered to be indirect patient care, but I worked directly with patients. I just wasn't the doctor.
Yeah.
But like I provided direct patient care in a medical setting, and dealt with infection control every effing day. Yeah. So, every time I Lysol wipe the house, I have horrible flashbacks to work. But if you've never seen an instructional educational video called If Saliva Were Red, it's a video shown mostly, probably mostly to dental professionals. Mm-hmm. But do yourself a favor. If you're like, how bad could it be? Go on YouTube. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
I think I looked it up and actually you're like, yep, that's it.
It looks like it was made in like the 1970s on a potato camera.
I need to get in touch with those people. And it's like, just update it.
Yeah. But do yourself a favor. If you're like, how dirty could things be? I like to touch escalator handrails all the time and then put my fingers in my mouth. How bad could it be? Do me a favor, Google that video, If Saliva Were Red, and then you're going to go, oh, gross, I don't want to touch anything.
Every time, I remember every time you mentioned that thing, my brain immediately went to the Scrubs episode with the what is he? Is he a raven or a crow? Sanchez?
What?
When there's a bird that gets into the hospital and the degenerate names him Sanchez, and then
Sanchez,
and then Kelso's like, oh, you know what the number one killer of hospitals is infection, and he shows how badly. It's basically the same idea, but
instead
it's green.
Of the saliva being red, they deemed or made as a visual aid the infectious
substance or
substance to be bright green.
Yeah.
And so if I had touched something disgusting with my hand and then I go and I shake your hand, now both of our hands are green and disgusting. And then you go and touch something with that hand. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
And then Cabbage goes ahead and infects what's her name at the end of the episode.
Piece of absolute garbage. Absolute garbage.
What's her name again? What was her name? That old lady that like she spent like a month in the hospital and then I'm finally going home, and then Cabbage picks up a dirty glove and you're always messy. He shakes her hand, and then she goes on and touches her face, and then she's all infected, and then the next episode she dies.
Spoiler alert, first of all, but if you think I know her name, you're off your rocker.
Is it Wilson?
Her name is not Star Wars canon, so I don't know. It's not in my head, and I don't care at this point.
That was one of my favorite episodes, though.
It was sad, but it was a good episode. But
that stretch of episode with that old lady was kind of one of my favorite stretches.
Yeah.
Because
it's disgusting, though, out there.
Yeah.
I will never in my life, ever, after working in two settings, after both of us working in the public school system in childcare for several years in college, and then after that, me working in direct patient care. It was direct patient care. I literally dealt with patients. I just wasn't the doctor, but like direct patient care in a hospital. After working in those two types of places, I will never in my life drink from a public water fountain ever. Because you would think they'd be really strict with like cleaning schools and stuff, but it's
so difficult because of like.
Well, schools are petri dishes everywhere.
Well, the restrictions on what like to sanitize things. They can't use bleach, even though that would 100% kill everything. But it's like, well, no, you can't do that, and it's like they have to use this diluted substance that really doesn't do anything but spread stuff around. So it's like.
Yeah, you have to use certain kinds of chemicals.
It's like the cleaning, sanitizing public schooling, especially public schooling, is difficult.
It's so gross.
It's so difficult.
I mean,
and gross. Yeah.
I won at one point. So I did work in. I was in the dental field for several years, and is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Okay. And there was one time that we had just finished doing surgery, whatever random surgery it was in this person. And like we had gauze in their mouth because we were like, close down on the gauze, pressure, blah, 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 stop the bleeding, whatever. And like, I'm helping this patient out and helping them with like, here's how you're going to take care of your stuff when you get home, and we're not here to walk you through it. And like the whole time they're like all their fingers in their mouth touching all their bloody gauze and like hands all in the mouth, and they're like touching this and touching that and blah blah blah, and then with their like dirty blood mouth fingers, they go and they open a door with their still dirty hand, and then they open the door and then they turn around, they want to shake my hand. I went, no, I'm good. And this was way before Corona.
Yeah.
And I went, oh no, that's okay. You have a good day. You take care and you just go rest.
Just wash this off really quick.
Oh my God. And there was another time I had a patient who I was like, hey sir, what's up with your dentures? Can I help you? Because they were there for a walk-in, and like he just literally takes the top denture out, and it was covered in like thick saliva. And he like takes it out of his mouth and actually and like a wad of spit just goes onto the ground.
Oh my God, that was so accurate.
I've worked in that field for a while. But like just absolutely splattered on the ground, and then goes to hand it to me barehanded. I went, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm not taking that. Well, anyways, what I'm trying to say is people are disgusting and they don't think about these things. And then we go and we touch gas nozzles, and we go and we touch doorknobs, and then we go on an airplane and we put pretzels in our mouths, and then we wonder how we got sick. So
that's what I'm saying. We've had some conversation. Like, I don't think we got it from Celebration. I think we got it from the airport.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's where I think we got it from.
I wouldn't be surprised in any case.
Because like, everybody was really like casual. We're all giving each other hugs. The masks weren't really like enforced.
Not
but
the whole time, yeah.
For the most part, all of us probably got out of that convention like unscathed, because like when you're sitting in the panels, everybody had their masks on, but like while we're on the move and stuff like that, like, and they're opening it, but
and then you get in an airplane in a tiny tube and everyone's hacking up a lung.
It's like, Jesus Christ, that's probably I'm almost sure that's where we got it.
Well,
from.
People are animals and people are disgusting.
Yeah.
And you really appreciate that when you work in healthcare, maybe even the service industry too, but like People are gross.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really trying to say.
Wow, 15 minutes in, we have not touched anything about Friday Night Titans.
We're getting it warmed up.
That was a huge cold open. Sorry.
We're getting things warm.
Schmoedown show. Anyways,
so let's talk about matches.
Let's talk about last week's Friday Night Titans.
Yeah. Okay. I just get so heated about cleanliness sometimes. People are gross, and just wash your hands. And don't just wash your hands.
Wash your hands, really cover your, because, sometimes I think we got a little too relaxed with the mask and everybody's just coughing in the open air. It's like,
yes, that's the thing. That's the other worry that I have, is that people are wearing masks so much as they should in many settings. Not 100% of the time anymore. We're not quite there still. But I feel like people have gotten used to, I got a mask on my face, cough, cough, cough. I don't need to do a cover because I got a cover. And then once the mask comes off, they're just launching germ clouds into the air because they forgot how to cover their friggin' mouths.
I still sneeze into my shirt when I have my mask on.
I hate sneezing into a mask. It's so gross.
Yeah.
But sometimes it really creeps on you real quick, so you can't avoid it. But just wash your hands. Monkeypox.
Yeah, we got to worry about monkeypox. Did we not learn anything for the past 2.5 years, people?
I'm just tired. I'm just tired.
Maybe normal.
Don't take your health for granted. Also that. And wash your hands and cover your mouths and just don't be disgusting. Titans.
Wash your mouths. Titans. That's the new slogan.
Wash your mouth.
Wash your mouth. Titans.
Wash your hands. Wash your mouth. Let's talk about Titans. Oh my God. Anyways, we had an opening scene, a very brief opener, where we saw some lady who looked like she was in some sort of a receptionist type role. Maybe she's at Skybound headquarters. Who knows? Haven't been there yet. But, always first time at some point, right? So there's some lady there, and I don't recognize her, but she called Jen over,
Jen
Jessica,
Sturger.
According to who you're talking to, Miss Jen Sturger. And she goes, "Hey, Jen, I got something for you. Bouquet of flowers." Oh, from who? Who's it from? I don't know. So it looks like Jen's got a secret admirer. Not surprising, because she's beautiful inside and out. She is a treat. A wonderful lady.
Insanely hard worker. Let's not
underestimate she's such that. A hard worker.
I've listened to a couple of snippets of podcasts and stuff. She's very dedicated to what she does.
She's a gem of a person.
Yes.
But yeah, she's got a secret admirer. Not surprising, So I'm sure we'll find out in due time. I just, you wonder, is it somebody who's got a genuine crush? Is it somebody who has ulterior motives?
I think the latter.
Could it be some kind of thing from the den trying to manipulate her?
I think it's
somehow?
a lot of
I don't know why they would.
I think it's just manipulation. If this season the Schmoedown has shown us anything,
don't trust anybody.
Exactly.
Haven't heard in a while, so I might as well remind you guys.
Haven't seen anything from the stars in a while. That's
what I'm saying. You got your big old heels right now. You got your den. You got your stars. So if we're thinking it's something nefarious, that's where all fingers are going to start pointing.
Yeah.
My only question is, if it is manipulative, why Jen? What's she going to be able to do for you? Why not manipulate somebody who's on the desk and has access to the answer sheet?
I don't know. We'll see.
So time will tell.
It's a very short-lived scene, so it's like, yeah, okay.
It's kind of like, who's that? I don't know. All right, moving along. So we'll see. We'll see soon enough. I'm excited to see if it's something cute and genuine or if it's something shady and bad. I can only imagine it's that one.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's shady.
Then we have a cut scene with Riley, Mark, Yodi Riley, and Jacoby Bancroft, the deal breaker. And Jacoby's all talking about, I want to belong. I want to play. What should I do? How should I go about doing that? Blah, blah, blah. Mark Riley, the ever-wise sensei.
Yodi. The Yodiest of Yodis.
He's like, dog, come with me. And then they walk to the other room.
Leave the food.
What?
Leave the food. I like the dynamic between them.
They're fun.
He's like, oh, I thought I'd find you at the food section. And he wanted to bring this like, no, leave it.
Mark Riley, also a gem of a human being.
Yeah.
Jacoby too.
Oh yeah.
We only got to hang out with him for one dinner, but wonderful, wonderful guys.
Yeah.
So they happen upon Winston, Clee, and Rue. Have not met Clee yet, but Winston and Rue, also gems. I'm sure Clee is too. We just haven't had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I don't know. I just feel very complimentary right now.
Yeah.
I miss people. I that's what quarantine does to you, man.
Yeah.
I just miss everybody.
That's what post-celebration COVID isolation does to you.
Yeah, it's like
we got hit doubly. Like
post-convention blues, and then you go deep into isolation afterward as if it's not bad enough. Like,
I already miss everybody already.
Now it's like...
Now you really can't see anybody.
Now I got to wall myself off from my own kid in my own house.
Yeah.
God, that sucked. Anyways,
yeah,
I just miss people. So, Riley and Jacoby, they happen upon Winston, Clee, and Rue. They're playing spades. And Riley's like, hey, Jacoby and Clee have already played. Good job to Clee.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants a rematch, different kind of rematch, a team's rematch.
Ooh.
How about you two, Clee and Rue, play my boy over here? And they're like, okay, cool. Well, who's Jacoby's partner? Maybe we could do, this guy. No. This guy right here.
Mark
Riley coming out of retirement or whatever.
Yep. Getting back into active competition.
So that was unforeseen.
Yeah, I didn't realize Mark was going to play this season.
Same.
So.
And we just saw him in Celebration.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
That awesome Star Wars in 30 Minutes. Such a good show.
So good. So yeah, now we got Clee and Rue teaming up, representing Swag, and we got Jacoby and Riley representing themselves.
Yeah.
So jumping into the match, we have, like we just literally said, the silent assassin, Amaru Moses, teaming up with Sweet Tea Clee Wiggins of Swag. They call themselves The Culture. Love it. Very nice. They're going up against Mark Yodi Riley and the deal breaker Jacoby Bancroft. They're calling themselves The Dojo. Very on brand, considering I think it was Karate Kid references for them. And Riley's like the sensei.
One of my favorite cutscenes, the whole like later.
That was lost on me because I don't think I've seen the Karate Kid. I didn't realize it was a reference until you told me or comment told me. I don't either or both, but I didn't realize. I was like, what's Mark doing? Like, are we going for a losing his mind type angle? Nope, just a movie reference to a movie I haven't seen. So we got The Culture versus The Dojo. Round 1. Clee and Rue missed a question about Hook and John Hamm. Clee missed a question about Bridge of Spies. Jacoby and Clee missed a question about Gifted and Matrix Revolution. Oh, and Clee also missed a question about Tangled, one of your favorites.
Oh, love Tangled. Oof, so good.
Mark, coming straight out of retirement, gets a perfect round.
Perfect round, like he never left.
And he got the bonus. So with that, 12-20 in favor of the Dojo. Round 2. The Culture goes first. They spin the Wayans family. Keep it. Perfect round 2 and knocked it clear out of the park. The Dojo goes. They spin away from the wild card, much to the chagrin of the crowd, I'm sure. The wild card is the new Meryl Streep. Have we heard a single Meryl Streep chant?
Nope.
It's all wild card. Yeah. Funny how way weather fans are. I don't know if I just said words right there. I don't know.
You got a double, so.
Juicy double. So, the Dojo spins away from Wild and they get Star Trek. They go to multiple choice only once, but they didn't miss it and it did get stolen. So, with that, gap closes just a bit, 23-28 in favor of the Dojo still. Round 3, 2-pointer for Culture. New releases, Rue takes it. David Gordon Green directed Jamie Lee Curtis, Anthony Michael Hall, and Judy Greer, not Green, in what 2021 slasher sequel? Halloween Kills. Got it.
There was something that they said, like Jacoby and him said. I think it's like a line from the movie or something. I was lost in the whole whatever, but
well, because that whole question was just kind of a little bit of a cluster, kind of confusing. Because I think Andrew Guy said Judy Green, and then he and Mark were like correcting each other, and then Rue kind of like tripped over his words a little bit, and then had repeated himself, and then Jacoby said something, and I'm like, this is too much for me.
What's going on?
I'm still so confused and sick, but yeah. So yeah, I missed whatever reference it was. Not that I would have gotten it, because do you think I've seen that movie?
Nope.
3-pointer for the Culture. Sports. Clee's obviously going to take this one. In what 1985 coming-of-age film does Michael J.
Fox?
Yeah, it says Michael J. Scott. Like Michael Scott is like from The Office. Michael J. Fox plays Scott Howard, a high school basketball player. I was a high school basketball player.
That's it.
That's it. High school basketball player whose ordinary life got changed in a drastic fashion. No, I'm losing it. I'm like short circuiting over here as per usual. Whose ordinary life changed in a drastic fashion, something about leading his team to a victory or whatever. Teen Wolf, she got it. 2-pointer for the dojo, Sly and Arnie. Riley takes it. After his quiet life is interrupted, retired soldier John Matrix, that's the name, sets out to take down a dictator and rescue his daughter in this 1985 Schwarzenegger film. Commando, which Mark said he was at that time. I thought that was funny. He got it. 5-pointer for the culture.
I think I missed that. What?
I think it was so quick.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, because they laughed after they finished reading the question. Mark answered it. And there was like a moment, and then Mark said something about like, which I am right now, or something like that. It was very quick. I'm assuming that all the laughs were because no underwear. I'm guessing it was that kind of thing.
I must have missed that. Wow.
I'm 12, so I thought it was funny. 5-pointer for the culture. Family films. What 1995 family film features cameos from Clint Eastwood, Rodney Dangerfield, Mel Gibson, and Dan Aykroyd? Casper.
Casper, the friendly ghost.
She was no ghost. She was an angel.
She was an angel.
They did miss it, unfortunately. So with that, 28-30 in favor of the dojo. You know what I'm saying? Mark Riley coming out of retirement, only missing one question.
Yes. And I think that's what I really took away from this match. Was like, wow, I like seeing this because Mark,
it's
people,
been a long time.
Like fans, Mark has been hot and cold over the past couple of seasons, but it's like, man,
who hasn't?
Come on, put some respect on the first champ's name, man.
Yeah,
2-time champion for a reason.
Yeah,
he's been really competitive in teams, although he's never reached the mountaintops in teams. But come on, put some respect on the first champ's name. But because like how many other first champs have we seen in other divisions that aren't even competing right now and can probably couldn't stay competitive the way it is right now, and he's still swinging out there. So I like seeing that.
And came back. You know, ring rust is always a concern once you've been away from the game for some amount of time. So and it's been many years for Mark.
No, he beat last season.
Did he? Who's on the team with?
He was with. Was he? Did he get beat last season?
Did he play last season?
I think he did. Did he?
Last season's such a big blur. There was so many matches.
He was on the Den.
I think you're right, actually.
Yes,
he was on a team.
I think he competed like once or twice last season, and then just yes, he did. He competed last in who did he team up with? I can't remember, but
someone will tell us.
Someone will tell us in the comments. But yeah, he did compete last year, and he had an off season, like an off.
Maybe
year.
I'm just thinking about him in singles.
Yeah,
and it's just been a long time since then.
I think he's competed in singles and teams, and he didn't do well last season. Let's call it spade a spade.
Spades. But yeah.
I like seeing him come back, and I like seeing him just, come back swinging.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was a really fun match. Lighthearted, competitive still.
Some great personalities. That
absolutely.
It's not like it was like no shade on the Real Rejects and the Wildberries, obviously, but we know what 10 teams they are and why they're being put on cards. But this is like, these are two teams that like could compete,
absolutely,
but it wasn't like a we gotta win now type of team. It was just like
hey, let's do a thing. Let's have a little match and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and it ended up being a really good match.
Jacoby is like such a bright light of energy, positive energy. So it's always fun to see him, and he's not too shabby at trivia.
Yeah,
like I think made a bit of a name for himself in that free for all, where him and Blunden were just like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Where'd you guys come from? And then Mark coming back, sensei student kind of thing. And then they pulled out the win. And I can only imagine that they're going to see another match. Like we always say, as soon as somebody gets their first win, it just kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
On the other side of the coin, I did enjoy seeing Rue and Klee. I think the most interesting thing about that team is everybody's like, oh, Rue, IG, that's it.
Yeah.
Put him in his little IG box. And he's like, oh, no, actually, I just like all movies. And I guess...
Didn't Rue compete in this year's free-for-all? I'm pretty sure we saw him. And he did decent. He did, because it was him and Saul that were like, whoa,
yes, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But still, I feel like people see Rue and they go, IG.
Yeah.
And so... it was nice to see him in a not free for all setting and to see him actually get to like flex on him and be like, no, wait, I know more than DC and Marvel.
Yeah.
And Klee, I feel like she's just a sleeper sometimes that we don't see her so often to where people are, it's easy for people to be like, oh, right.
Yeah.
You know, Klee is, you know, one of the competitors. I wish she got more opportunities because I think she is a bit of a sleeper. And I think Rue could be too, because people expect him probably to just, you know, only specialize in IG. Yeah. So the two of them together, especially under the leadership of Winston, could be a dangerous team. Yeah. You know, they ran into, I mean, they had a perfect round too. Yeah. You know, Klee had a rough round 1. Let's call a spade a spade. Spades. Reference number 2 to that spades game. But yeah, she had a rough round 1. It is what it is. Everybody's got him. Everybody's had him. So, you know, had that not happened, it would have been obvious. I mean, it's a very obvious point to make. But had it been different, this would have been a much different match with a much different ending where the dojo would have been forced to hit more than just their 2. Yeah. But on any given day, we could have seen her have a different round 1. So I wouldn't use this match. I feel like a lot of people fall prey to seeing one match and then that's their first impression of that person or team. Oh, well, they lost. Oh, she had a rough round 1. Yeah. And it's like, any given day could have had a different outcome. We just saw, you know, Klee beat Jacoby last time. Yeah. She obviously did well enough there. So I'm excited to see what they can do too, because, I feel like they're 2 people that could easily be underestimated. Yeah. And then back to the dojo. I mean, it's Mark Riley. Yeah. It's great to see him back in action, and it's great to see Jacoby come into his own. So hoping that we definitely see more from both of these teams. Yeah.
Yeah, because after there's certain moves that are happening in teams right now that we're after certain things happen, we're gonna have to go back on the hunt for another number 1 contender at some point. Yeah. So
is the tournament gonna come up at some point?
Yeah, tournament's gonna come up at some point. How big the tournament? Because I think the last couple teams tournament has only been 8 teams.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen so many new teams lately that it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, how are we gonna?
The team's landscape is gonna be wild soon. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you can most likely see a couple of gauntlets and then the tournament.
You'd have to with this many teams. Yeah. And a certain amount of these teams doing well.
Or you just have a gigantic teams tournament this season.
Can you imagine?
That'd be crazy. It'd be a logistical nightmare, especially with a couple of competitors being out of state and, you know. Yeah. There's a really hot team right now where neither of the competitors live in LA. Yeah. So.
Because they're coast to coast.
Coast to coast, exactly. Love that name.
That's a great name.
It's a great name. But yeah.
That would be, that's something I'm not sure how they plan to deal with that. Yeah. But yeah, that is something that is definitely a legitimate real world concern with, you know, how do you do that? Because it's not just a singles match. It's not just an IG a Star Wars match. You got twice the people now to worry about competing in that match. So we'll see how it goes. I'm sure they have a plan, but yeah, it should be interesting to see how they logistically handle that. But yeah, excited to see more from both of these teams, and fun match, lighthearted.
Yeah, lighthearted but still competitive. Yeah,
well matched. You know, so we'll see what happens in the future. After that, we saw Shannon. You know, she's sitting on a couch. She's doing whatever. I forget if she's on her phone or she's like writing something.
She's like reading or writing something.
But they got me too, because you see a guy
with glasses
in a suit with glasses sit down, but you only see like part of him. She was like, "Hey, babe." Next thing you know, it's Ben. He's like, "Hey, babe," or whatever he said. I don't know if he said "Hey, babe" back.
Yeah, I think he did.
But I was like, "Oh boy, here we go." And Ben's all like, "You know, you've been doing the corruption thing for so long, and nobody's buying it anymore, baby girl. You know, my offer still stands that there's a spot for you on the den, and there's a spot for you right here."
You found that hilarious.
I thought that was very funny. Spot right here. You could walk out to matches on my arm, kind of thing. And there's a spot for her on the den should she want it, and she can escort him to the ring and all those types of things. And she's just kind of like, no. No, I'm good. And you know, she just kind of left saying, "Mike's gonna put you in the ground." Whoa. Yeah. So Ben's still doing his thing, still trying to sweet talk Shannon. It's a snowball chance in hell. Yeah. Even less than that. So respect for trying.
It's just Ben trying to be Ben.
Just Ben being Ben. Yeah. He's, you know, it's just probably just trying to get under her skin too. Yeah. You know, no actual intention behind the words, just trying to get under both of their skin. Yeah. And maybe even just trying to pin them both against each other. Yeah. So good luck, but you know, we'll see how it goes. She gave him like a thanks, no thanks, but also no thanks at all. Yeah. So heading into that match, the overcard, if you will, we've got Bateman, Kalinowski 2.
Yes.
And this is not a number 1 contender match. It's like a number 2 contender match, if you will.
Winner goes on to play Marisol McKee in a number 1 contender match.
In a number 1 contender match. So this is like a lead up. It's like a number 1 contender match Eve, you know? So round 1. Mike missed a movie release date. He missed the first two questions.
That's rough.
One was a movie release date. One was about Will Ferrell. He also missed something about Sinister. Ben missed a question about Fred Claus and something about Viggo Mortensen. I thought the Viggo Mortensen answer was very funny, because it was something IG related, I think. And Ben got it wrong. And then Mike goes and he does his typical Mike thing where he's like, you know, I was thinking about this answer and I was kind of trying to make my way to the answer. But yeah, I think you hear what sounded like Kate, if I can only imagine. She was like, oh my God, just answer. And I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
And
because sometimes, like, even I'm like, Mike.
I love Mike so much.
Mike,
but
just answer the question, my guy.
But it's also part of his thing.
I know.
It's like part of his charm.
Sometimes, like, you know, even when I'm playing, like, oh, I'd love to do a little quip, but like, I'm just not that kind of competitor. Like, here's the answer.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll have something funny to say, but that's if it's a question that I really don't need to think about.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah.
I did like that Ken was like, oh, we got to the right answer. It only took us a TED Talk to get there. That was pretty funny. So after the end of round 1, it's 7-8 in favor of Benjamin. Round 2, Mike spins wild card, and in true Mike Kalinowski fashion, he's like, let's go, baby.
Yeah.
And it was a spinner's choice.
Yeah, that's the benefit of taking it sometimes.
Star Trek. He goes to multiple choice one time, missed it, but it wasn't stolen. Ben goes, he spins David Fincher, and he's like, well, I guess I'm sticking with David Fincher. He got a perfect round 2. Crushed it. 16-18 in favor of Ben. Round 3, 2-pointer from Mike. Sports. Who stars as Jim Braddock in the 2005 Ron Howard directed boxing drama Cinderella Man?
Cinderella Man.
Russell Crowe, he got it.
Great movie.
Let me tell you why I say it like that.
Cinderella.
Growing up,
oh boy, here we go.
We would always have like big dinners on like Sundays at my grandma and grandpa's house.
Oh yes, family Sunday.
They'd always make, you know, big dinners and whatever. And sometimes they would invite friends over, not just family, but like family friends close enough you can consider them family, whatever. And I just distinctly remember one time I couldn't have been more than 7 or 8. And it was the kind of thing where it was like, well, the women were in the kitchen making dinner, and then we'd all eat the dinner, and then the men would retire to the living room because, you know, they're so tired from preparing the meal that we all just enjoyed. So they would go to the living room and relax from all of the nothing they did. And then the women would go back into the kitchen, including the young girls, and we would bring all the plates, and then we'd wash them and clean the table and set it for dessert and coffee and all that kind of stuff. And I just remember being so small and wee that I was actually standing on a step stool washing dishes. And one of those guys, one of the friends of the family, his name was Frank, and like all these people were like transplants from New York.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just remember him saying Cinderella, and he saw me washing the dishes. You know, he walked by from, you know, his relaxation time.
The patriarchy.
Yeah.
Right?
And he was like, oh, look at you. You look like Cinderella on, you know, washing those dishes. And I'm like, oh boy. I didn't realize how mad that would make me later on in life. But now I look back on it and I'm like, oh boy, the patriarchy. Am I right, ladies? Oh man. Don't even get me started. Anyway.
It started as a joke with our friends, and now it's kind of like,
I don't think it's a joke anymore.
I don't think it's a joke anymore.
But yeah, they would go sit on the couch because of all the hard work they did eating the dinner that we all made. And then we'd clean it up too. So, you know.
And here's your cake too.
Here's your cake and your coffee to keep you awake because you're so tired from all the work you didn't just do to make that dinner. So why don't you go relax on the couch, everybody that's a dude. Anyways, a lot to unpack there. So that's why I whenever I think of Cinderella, I think of Cinderella. Thanks, Frank. 3-pointer for Mike. 3-pointer from Mike. Directors. Who directed the 1990s films A Simple Plan and For the Love of the Game? Well, I just wrote got it. I don't know what the answer is, but he got it right. 2-pointer for Ben. Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Brad Pitt voices Metro Man. Sounds like a video game character. A former hero who would rather pursue a career in music. In what 2010 DreamWorks animated film? Megamind.
Megamind.
Got it.
Still haven't seen it. Heard great things about it though.
No, me neither. I have not. Shocking. 3-pointer for Ben. Tom Cruise.
Ooh.
For Ben Bateman, Tom Cruise.
I want to go see Maverick. Like that's the one in the movie.
I know everyone's been peeing their pants about that movie.
Amazing things about it.
Yeah.
Not just like because I think some people are like, oh, like because like all the jet stuff. I've told you about this. All the jet stuff, like cockpit stuff. It's all practical.
Right.
Which sounds amazing to me. Like, wow, you actually went there.
Yeah.
To do that, to be committed to this movie so much
popular.
that you put your actors in actual freaking fighter jets.
Pretty cool.
And do all the I'm just like the filmmaker. Me, just like I want to see this just for that.
Yeah,
because the effects are probably like off the chains good.
Everyone's peeing their pants about that movie, and all the ladies want their men to have like mustaches now.
Playing football on the beach, shirtless in your jeans.
Volleyball.
No, because it's football in this movie.
They play football on the beach.
Yeah.
Huh, I guess that's actually not that
football.
weird.
Yeah, because you're thinking the original Top Gun. It's volleyball,
right?
And this one, it's football. I think I've only seen the trailers.
Huh.
So Miles Teller, I think that's who it is. He's like doing the little dance, and everybody's like everybody on TikTok's like drooling over him right now, especially all the ladies.
I don't get it. Yeah. Cut him out, put Henry Cavill in, and then you got yourself a show.
Yeah. That guy's too big to fit into a jet plane. You see how big that guy is? His shoulders be hitting the canopy. It's just like,
all right, Henry, never mind. Get the fuck out of here.
The eject thing won't work because his shoulders are stuck. We
can't even strap you in, Henry. Go back to Man of Steel.
I wish. God, give me a Man of Steel 2, please, with Henry Cavill.
I know.
Please.
I'm pretty sure he wants to do
please.
It. I think he was literally born to do it. To be Superman. Like, hand sculpted by whoever makes DC stuff. I mean, Stan Lee is to Marvel as who is to DC. I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know if there is one guy.
Not
but
really.
Whoever it is, they carved Henry Cavill out of marble to play Clark Kent and Superman.
Yeah.
Shame.
That jawline. And the chin and...
Yeah?
Yeah.
You okay? It's getting a little misty over there. 3-pointer for Ben. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise featured in 2 films released in 2012. Name one of them. A Tom Cruise movie release date question for Ben Bateman.
Yeah. Of all people to give this question to, it's like, okay.
Jack Reacher. He got it. 5-pointer for Mike. Scores and soundtracks. Jerry Goldsmith provided the score for what 1990s horror reboot featuring Oded Fair? I don't know if I said that right. And Kevin J. O'Connor. The Mummy. He got it. 5-pointer for Ben. The Scots. What 2010's Ridley Scott film features performances from Natalie Dormer, John Leguizamo, and Rosie Perez? After many JTEs, I feel like
had one.
Oh, he didn't have all 3. Maybe Mike had all 3.
Yeah, he's 2 in the first.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, Mike maybe had 2. I don't.
Mike had
give me
2.
A break.
Mike had 2. I think he used one of the first.
It just feels like on the 5-pointers, even one JTE is like, oh my god, it's
just
taking
answer the question.
It's taking like a half an hour. Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was the counselor. He got it right. So with that, 20. It was a nail biter. I was like, did he get it or did he not?
This came down to the wire.
Like even his reaction, I was like, I don't know if he knows that he got it right or not.
Mike's 5-pointer, I knew he knew it because like
Mike's very clear on whether he knows.
He's
it or
got
not.
his tells.
Yeah. I mean, he's taking his jacket off. He's getting like the ouch from the audience. He knew that answer very clearly from the first JT.
Yeah, I've said it before. When Mike fidgets, he knows the answer. It's when he goes completely silent and still.
Yeah.
Is when he's really struggling with the question.
Yeah.
That's when you know That's when you know.
But Ben, I legitimately didn't know if he knew. I don't know if he was taking a stab or if he knew it for sure. So it definitely kept the tension up. So good job, Ben. You're not watching this. He got it right. So 25-28 in favor of Ben Bateman, who will now go on to face Miss Marisol McKee,
who is on fire in a
number 1 contender match. Because Mike had his post-match interview. Shannon was there. Marisol was there too. Ben tries to crash it. And Marisol like almost immediately takes the microphone like,
you're done.
Nope. You're done, my friend.
Yeah.
Dead, my friend. You're done. And she's like, no, I put up with too much stuff and I'm just done. Nobody wants to hear it anymore. And like basically like I'm going to put you in your place.
Yeah.
So this should be
quite interesting.
This should be a great match.
Yeah. I don't know if it's this week or we have to wait a little bit, but
I don't know. I feel like it might be. I don't know.
I don't think it is.
Because there's 2 big matches that were revealed in this Titans. So I really actually don't know. But we know that we're going to get Bateman Marisol, which is going to be it's going to be a differently flavored match because this match, Ben and Mike, oh my God.
Like,
it was like out of control trash talking.
Yeah.
Like,
couple bleeps had to be made.
Yeah.
Like a warning or two had to be almost handed out. So
exactly, like to the point where Ken and Mark at points seemed like they were kind of over it.
Yeah.
Like, guys, let's get back to the match. Damn.
Yeah.
So it was like nonstop, almost out of control, back and forth. Marisol doesn't really do that too much.
She doesn't play like that. No.
She's more of the like quiet,
down to business. Let's get the match over with. Not match over with.
Not
but
over
like,
with,
let's play.
She's not the type to just lob insults for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
She'll put you in your place when she has to, as we saw in the post-match interview.
Yeah.
But she's not the type in the middle of the match to be, lobbing bombs at the other guy. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. But like, yeah, this was closer than I thought it was gonna be because Mike has his singles, I should say, his singles career is it's very hot and cold. Sometimes sometimes when he gets as with any competitor, you get the questions you like, he's gonna run the table like he did with he only missed one in a second, which I was surprised that both of them missed. That I was like, it's Spock. Like,
I have no idea.
It's Spock. I've only seen this movie like maybe once. But I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Spock. So I was really surprised that Mike and Ben missed that one. But yeah, it's not like Mike had a terrible
not at all
showing.
He just missed a couple more in round one.
Yeah, missed a couple in round one. But like coming out of round one, they're tied. So it's like this is more even than I thought it was because like sometimes
Ben
Mike
was 1 point ahead.
Yeah, it was 1 point ahead. I thought it was tied.
No, Ben, it was 7-8.
Oh, okay.
Mike
So
missed
forget what I
3.
said.
And
But
Ben
you know what I
missed
mean?
2.
But like the way Ben has been playing, he
seems to be reinvigorated.
He seems to be really focused this season because from the conversations that I've had with him in the past, he had that fire underneath him. Like, yeah, this has to be the year. I need to do it this year. I have to do it this year. The conversations I had with him, but I think he's gotten that focus back, especially now that he has a number one contender match in 2 divisions.
Mm-hmm.
So, but here's the thing: it's like Marisol is like we said before when she lost it to Sam Levine and then Sam went on to defend it. It's like everybody in the division right now, in the singles especially, is looking up at this mountain that is Sam Levine. Marisol's not that far behind.
No,
she lost the belt on a perfect game.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Ben didn't go perfect in this match.
Right.
He went perfect in the second round, but the first round he missed a couple. So it's like if you're gonna play that way against Marisol the way she's playing right now,
you can't give her that room.
You can't give her that room because she's not gonna give it back. So that's all I gotta say. But
it's gonna be a real. Not that Mike wasn't a test for Ben, but like you said, Marisol's last match lost the belt on a perfect game.
Yeah.
What more are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
So, looking back at this match, whatever their accuracy rates were as compared to Marisol's last match, it's like...
Yeah, either if Mike would have came out on top of this one and if Ben would have come out on top of something like it did...
It would be saying the same thing.
Saying the same exact things. Like, you're now going up against this titan of a player that really just isn't showing any weakness at this point other than, like... not getting to a question fast enough. That's it.
And she's got the fire of...
I want that belt back.
Right.
And if this doesn't go her way, she still has a title shot in her pocket.
That's right, from Free For All.
So it's like, what does she... Yeah, from Free For All. Like, so she really doesn't have a whole lot to lose in this match. It's like, oh, well, go ahead and play for it because I'll be right there when if you win it or you lose it. So she just has, like... momentum, luck, and everything is like on her side right now.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely. And apart from the momentum she's got from her own internal drive, she's also gonna have the fans on her side too, which I can only imagine. I mean,
Ben has always been on the side of like people never really cheering from.
Because he's usually the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. These studio matches, they seem to have a very limited live audience because of COVID restrictions probably and blah, blah, blah. But I can only imagine that when you're in a live setting and you've got hundreds, if not thousands of people in front of you, and there's a clear good guy and a clear bad guy, that gives a little bit of extra momentum to the person that the crowd is favoring.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see what that would do in this match if they were in front of a big audience. I don't know that that's going to happen, but because having that crowd backup is just, cherry on top, but then also thrives in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really interesting to see these two go against each other, regardless of the audience.
Yeah.
But
the presence or the absence of it.
I absolutely cannot wait for this match. Like you said, not sure exactly when we're getting it.
Yeah, I don't know if it is this week or next, so we'll see what happens.
But I also did like what Mike said in the post-match interview, where he was like, I've been saying, speaking of multiple divisions, I've been saying, he and Mike got this rivalry or whatever. He said, I got an idea. How about we just do a little, I forget what he said.
Iron Man matches for
Iron
each.
Man.
Like
I don't know if it was Iron Man matches or what, but he was like, let's do it every division. I'll take you on in singles, teams, IG and Star Wars, one match in every division. Let's see who, for all the marbles kind of thing. I would love to see a Star Wars match between those two.
Love to see it because it's easy for Mike to be like, yeah, let's do Star Wars. It's like,
oh yeah, he has the clear.
Yeah, he has a clear edge. But I think a lot of people are like, yeah, let's jump into Star Wars. Like, you don't just jump into Star Wars. That's.
I mean, you could.
But
you have two people that are not normally Star Wars competitors jumping in, that playing field is already leveled. If there are deep cuts, there's a good chance that neither of them are going to get them. Yeah. So they're already leveled. So,
but we
they just might not have the greatest accuracy.
Yeah, but I've noticed this between the difference between singles and IG, and also the difference between singles and Star Wars. It's not just the matter of stupid characters that we have to know. Usually the questions are steered in singles as to who plays this, who directed this, what release date was this, what actor appears in this movie. In Star Wars, it's a lot of plot-driven questions, like who said this, how many of this character is in this, and yada yada yada. And then you have the ridiculous hey, who's this one character who's this rank? And it's like,
yeah,
what? What's the name of this droid?
By the way, they didn't really appear in the movie.
Yeah, what's the name of this ship? It's sure, they're not going to be prepared for those questions, but especially I've noticed, especially with Ben Bateman, a lot of his 5-point misses are on plot-driven questions, and there's a lot of plot-driven questions in Star Wars. So it's not like you can still study the basic directors, actors, and all that, the release dates and stuff.
There's only 12 movies at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But then you have to really watch the movies and pay attention to the movies, and not get confused because there are some questions that can be thrown at Star Wars. One person will say a line this way, and then you can confuse it with another one 3 movies later.
Exactly.
So it's that'd be it. It's that's what I'm saying. You can't just jump into Star Wars and expect to knowing the deep cut questions is ridiculous that we have to do that. But
let's not hijack this with Star Wars.
Sorry.
But I would love to see that. I think that would be a great. It would be interesting exhibition-y type thing. We all know this rivalry is so much fun to watch, and so I think it would be a lot of fun.
I think Mike just wants to be the first 4 division victory player.
Well,
he just wants to get a win.
4 division wins.
Yeah,
but I think it'd be fun. Do I actually think we're gonna get it?
No, probably not.
I don't think so.
Why would you want to not waste your time, but
you're just kind of using up questions for what's basically an exhibition match.
You're using the production resources on a match that doesn't really need to
it
be
would
there.
be fun though, but whatever. After that match, we get a little cutscene, a post-match cutscene, and we get Christian Harloff himself, K-Dog, sitting down at a table, and Bateman walks in, and he's got a little pep in his step. Lemon pepper step.
Yeah, I got a more contender match because the little scheme they pulled.
Exactly. And Christian's all yeah, man, I bet you're excited. I can see you're pretty excited, blah, blah, blah. And so I forget if Ben asked who their next opponent is or if Christian was I got your next opponent.
He's I have an opponent for you. Oh, who is it?
Yeah, and next thing you know, left field, it's King Arthur. And Ben's smile just kind of falls a little bit. Because I don't know if he was expecting to get some newer team.
Coast to coast, kind of or,
Coast to coast.
Yeah, a team
that would not be an easy team.
No, a team like that, just got established this season and something like that. He wasn't expecting the team that just played for the belt at Spectacular.
No, I kind of took it as him expecting to face
wild berries.
Or wild berries.
Yeah.
Or the real rejects or something.
Yeah.
But no.
Or just like, going in there like, yeah, he's not gonna have anybody's for but we need a match, so give somebody like that. So
and boom, no, sorry, King Arthur. Oh, remember those guys?
Yeah.
The ones who, were all over the place winning everything last season.
Yeah.
Nooms, who went to Spectacular for 2 matches for winning 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
And then
at the
Khan,
same time,
was like another breakout rookie star. It's just kind of crazy that we haven't seen Khan or Nooms at all so far this season. So it makes me sad because we didn't see either of them in the free for all.
Did we see?
No. We definitely didn't see Nooms.
Where did we do? We haven't seen Khan.
I don't think we've seen Khan at all.
And
I don't think we've seen Nooms at all. I could have 99%
sworn
sure.
we saw Khan in a match or at least something.
I don't think so.
I think we just mentioned him or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, still.
No, I don't think we've seen either of these guys all season yet, which is insane considering the runs they had last season. So it's very exciting to know that they're going to be coming back. I know that at the beginning of the season, I think they mentioned Nooms was going to be focusing more so on teams and not so much the 2-division thing. It's a lot. So very exciting to hear that name come up again because they were just a force.
Yeah, and Nooms is a character. There was a handful of rookies last season that like they either were really good, but the character work could use a little more, or the character work was off the charts, but trivia really didn't match that. Nooms is one of those where it's like this guy can play and he's
an
entertainer and he's perfect for the Schmoedown.
There
was like he was the one player that I'm like that's a complete Schmoedown personality.
Oh yeah.
You had the character work to boot and then just mowed through people in trivia. Yeah. So
and we only got to talk to him very briefly in Spectacular. He seems like a really cool dude. But I'm so excited to see these two back in the mix. And this should be an insane match because you've got the GOAT, of the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
And you got Ben Bateman. You got 2 former champions going up against 2 hot shot last year rookies. They're not rookies anymore.
Yeah.
But they're basically almost kind of like the hot shot rookie team, So it's going to be insane to see these 2 teams, old guard, new guard, old guard who is still dangerous as hell going up against new guard, dangerous as hell. And the trash talk is going to, it's going to be amazing, especially with heel Dan Murrell and like level 9,000 hair on fire Ben heel Bateman. So I can't wait to see them going up against their former faction also.
That's true.
So them going up against Gucci, who's got these 2 young bucks over here.
We haven't seen Gucci in a long time.
Well, yeah,
it's been a while.
We saw a gold leader, but there aren't managers in the digital Star Wars matches, which somebody did ask about, and yeah, I don't know if they're watching this still. I don't know, but like, that was just kind of not to go too off topic as if we never do. But it was just kind of something when Star Wars was taking shape,
and then
a little bit ago,
and then we get put behind the Patreon wall,
right? And it just was kind of a term that we were made aware of that unless it's a title match, basically managers won't be included in the digital Star Wars matches. That's just kind of a decision. I don't know if it's.
I think it's just 100. It's
a financial decision.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
I'm not. I don't know.
It's just another one less person to have to put into the mix of this already weird situation we have with the division.
Yeah.
So. I think it's 100% budgetary restriction. It's like we're already moving mountains to try to make this division happen already.
It's not really moving mountains.
Well, you know what I mean? We're
it's actually very easy.
We're already pushing things around already just to get these matches done.
Okay.
So let's not bring in people that they get paid for the time, and 2, we got to make sure their schedules line up with everybody else's schedules.
Yeah, it's 2 less schedules have to worry about, 2 less people have to worry about, It
is. I would love to have Coin in my corner for every single match. It's just sometimes it's not possible.
I have yet to have the opportunity to play with Kaiser, and in this next match I won't.
Yeah,
which sucks, but it is what it is. So that was just kind of when the Star Wars division was starting to take shape and we were actually starting to schedule matches. It was kind of like, hey, by the way, this is the deal.
This is the understanding. So all right, that's fine.
So if it's a digital match, there's not going to be managers for the Star Wars division. But if it's a live match, then as long as the manager is available, they'll be there, and if not, they'll have a stand-in.
Yeah.
As per usual, you know? But yeah, so like it has been a while, I feel, since we've seen Gucci.
Yeah, it's been the last time we saw him was
maybe when Gold Leader played that teams match.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah. So that's weird. That's weird. It's very weird.
It's weird. I love Gucci. Can't ever have enough Gucci in this show, in my opinion. That man is just a walking meme. Him, Kaiser, Nooms, like Gold Leader, like the whole last year's whole Finstock exchange was one huge walking meme, and they were just so unbelievably entertaining. But yeah, I'm hoping and excited to see Gucci again.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody had King Arthur on the radars because I think there was all these like speculations like, oh, who's Danger Zone going to play? And it's like, oh, it might be like I said, Coast to Coast or
the appointment
or the people that are on like a 2-0 run right now. Right. It's like we still have this other team that's been roaming around out there that we haven't heard from yet.
Yeah. Oh, remember them?
Oh yeah,
just
that's
the last ones to play at Spectacular.
Yeah.
So yeah. Super excited again, since these are two big matches, two number one contender matches, both involving Ben Bateman. Lucky guy, am I right? I don't know which one we're getting this week.
It might.
We can't get both. It's two big matches to have in one go.
Yeah, you'd have to spread them out. I imagine. And we don't know when title matches will happen, especially with these number one contenders. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure if the full slate for Collision has been announced. I don't. Think
as of right now, I only think the Star Wars match has been Star Wars title match has been announced
or
for
talked
Collision.
About.
Yeah, that's the only one that I'm aware of. So, because
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I'm playing it.
So, very excited. Two huge matches with some of the biggest personalities in the game and some of the most talented people in the game. So, Ben Marisol. And then Danger Zone, King Arthur.
Yeah.
Holy
if that's one card, like Ben's playing. Yeah, no, I don't foresee that happening.
I just want the undercard to be Kate and Gucci arguing. Like, I think that would be a great undercard. Yeah. Like that Sports Center show where they just argue and get random
around the
points.
Horn.
Yeah.
I don't watch them.
They get points for absolutely nothing. Arbitrary nonsense points.
And they get points for making a good point.
Didn't seem to make much sense when I watched it. But
because you don't watch sports and follow sports like I do. So
maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Kate and Gucci just let them have an exhibition as the undercard. Get them all warmed up for the overcard, you know? So yeah, lots of exciting stuff to be looking forward to. So I'm really honestly not sure what to expect from this Titans.
We'll see what happens. I mean, it seems like we don't know until like the day of sometimes.
Right. And I believe that this week we get another Star Wars match.
I believe it's.
I kind of want to say it's Hoey Reifenberg.
I think so.
If memory serves.
Yeah.
Don't friggin' quote me. But I think it's that one. But we do get a Star Wars match this week. So we're going to have 3 matches to talk about. So yeah, going to be a lot of spicy
Star Wars
stuff.
division is starting to shape out. So especially now that we have one number one contender match in the books, and then we have another one we're waiting on. After that, it's going to get interesting. It's like, are we getting ready for tournament season?
Yeah.
Do we just keep having these like regular season matches, and then whoever is like the top of the cream of the crop, they all go into a tournament?
Who knows?
So,
but yeah, it is starting to take form, and that means that we're getting ever so close to finally getting an in-person Star Wars match again.
Well, we know that the title match will be at Collision. So
right. And we already know half of it. So we're just kind of waiting to see what happens with the rest of it. But yeah, very exciting. We are dangerously close to whenever Collision's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already almost mid-June. So yeah, we're getting real close.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't heard of the card right now, because I imagine last season it was 4 matches.
Isn't it usually 4 matches?
Yeah. So
like
it was
2 title matches?
2 title matches. And then, because last season it was teams and Star Wars were on the line. And then we had the number one contender match for singles and a number one contender match for IG.
Maybe we'll get at Collision, maybe it'll be like Ben Marisol or maybe Danger Zone King Arthur.
Yeah, that could be
number
a thing.
one contender.
That could be a thing. I don't know, because like the only time all titles are on the line is the Spectacular.
Right. Yeah. All 4 matches.
They can't all be. They can't be all title matches. That'd be too much, and it'd be.
That's what Spectacular's for.
Yeah, that's what Spectacular's for. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in the near future. I'm excited. I really want to hear what the card is for period. I want to know when Collision is happening.
Yeah,
so,
that too. Oh boy.
Hopefully you'll be there to play me. Hopefully
I'll be there either way.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, am I going to be there to play or am I going to be there to spectate?
Support.
So we'll see. I don't know yet. So we'll see. Oh God. Oh God.
How's your ulcer hanging?
What?
How's your ulcer doing?
It's rapidly getting worse as the match approaches. So we'll see. At least I'm not riddled with COVID at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
that's a plus.
You know.
Whew. Wash your hands, people.
Please.
We still got to deal with COVID. Now we got to deal with monkeypox.
Let's just, can we not?
Can we not?
Like, can we just chill?
Can we not?
We've been through enough.
I want to hug people.
Yes. I just want to, oh my God. Like, probably one of the worst parts about the whole COVID thing was the fact that before you tested positive, I was the one who was like shunned, and like we put up a baby gate on half of the house and I didn't come out of that half of the house, and you and the baby and the dog were on the other side, and I was like truly quarantined.
We were eating dinner on opposite sides of the hallway because our daughter wanted to see you.
I know. I have a picture of them at the other end of the hallway, looking at them through a baby gate. And it was just so sad. But like then you tested positive, and it was like, what's the point of one of us quarantining and one of us not? We're just going to wear masks and try to be careful and tell her that mommy and daddy have germs.
And we can't.
That was the worst part. She was like, one night I was putting her, I think I might have mentioned this, that I was putting her to sleep, and she goes, I want some snuggles. I'm like, baby girl, I can't. I got germs.
Yeah.
So like the day that I tested negative, like later on in the day, I'm like, baby girl,
mommy not going to germs
I
anymore.
don't think mommy has germs anymore. And she was like, really? I go, do you want to hug attack me? And she hugged me like her little baby life depended on it. Like she climbed into my arms and held me so tight for like an entire couple of minutes and like did not let go.
She was very happy when both of us didn't have germs anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we still got germs. They're just the normal ones.
Yeah, there's normal germs. We don't have COVID germs.
I'd like to have that not happen again. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
I'm sure
Hopefully
it'll
not.
happen again at some point, but let's just wash our hands.
Everybody seems to be catching it one way or another.
It seems to be spiking up again.
Yeah. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask. Cover your coughs. Don't be gross. Really, that's all we're asking. So, you know.
Yeah. So I think we'll go ahead and end this episode
Don't
here.
sneeze on me. Don't cough on me.
If saliva was red.
Oh, it's so gross.
Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta. Where can they find you online?
Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA, and on TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. Go follow me there. Give me a couple of likes. My last couple of videos haven't been getting as much traction as the other ones. Apparently, that's a thing right now. A lot of my TikTok friends aren't seeing as much engagement.
I heard that YouTube engagement's down too, or something.
Yeah,
maybe it's because
I think
people are going back to work,
or summer. People are on summer vacation. But either way, you got if you're at Disney, you got to wait in lines. Give me. Just
I know you're
land on
looking
my
at your
page.
phone.
Just land on my page.
I know you're looking at your phone.
I think that YouTube and TikTok might be going through an algorithm adjustment.
Huh.
Because usually when that happens, that's when people's engagement starts to dip.
Close your Wordle and just like
Open up my TikTok page.
look at TikTok or whatever. Choose something else to rot your brain. Actually, Wordle's probably very good for your brain.
Yeah.
But
Rot your brain with Star Wars memes. For
There you go.
funny Star Wars videos.
Wait, is it
Oh,
my
and
turn?
if you listen to this on
sorry.
audio form, please follow the and rate us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See when we do things on YouTube.
Which will be rad. But we'll do one this week.
This week, I was gonna say let's do one like right after this, but
No.
it's getting a little late.
It's getting late. We'll do one like tomorrow or something.
Yeah, there we go. We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll try to get it wrapped up this week. But thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you guys next time.